Hello and welcome to this rather curious setup that we've got going. I'm joined by Michael from Ask the Pathfinder, who is going to show me the ropes of this new, well, that's not new really, For Honor's been out for quite some time. He's going to show me For Honor, he's going to show me just why his favoured class will beat my favoured class. I know why, it's because I haven't practiced on this game yet. Joining us, of course, is also a friend of his by the name of Tristan. Hello, Tristan.
Hi.
Hey, that's Australian for hello, how are you? I'm glad for being on the show. Thanks for having me. So Tristan has joined us. Of course, Michael's with us. So let's kill some stuff, Michael. What are we doing? Tell us what we're doing, because clearly I don't know what we're doing.
Woo! We're gonna kill some stuff! Alright, so yeah, for those of you who don't know what For Honored is, it is some sort of fighting game set in a dueling arena where you can play one of three factions: the brave and noble Vikings, the honorable British Crusaders, or of course the more Japanese-themed Oriental type of samurais and ninjas and all them sorts.
Right.
Basically, I roped Guy into just having a bit of fun, so not too much stress. The really cool thing about this game is it's got a very dynamic combat system, and that's what we're hoping to show you guys a little bit about. Because, I mean, D&D, Pathfinder, no matter what kind of game you're into, there's a certain element of a visual medium that we're trying to recreate with our linguistical skills. But sometimes having some references by having really cool battles can be just the spark of inspiration we need to make our cinematic combats really pop.
Absolutely.
So I've used that very, very lax line to convince Guy to fight me, bro. 1v1 me. Let's get it started here. So I've got us in a custom match. It's simply a one-on-one duel set on some sort of bridge at the time of dusk, because that is when people have these duels. All right.
I think that this is not going to work. Oh God.
Oh, what's happened? Have you died?
It's recording your audio and it's recording my audio, but it's also recording the audio coming out of my speakers. So I've got to set up headphones. So we might just have to do that intro again.
Yep, no, that's fine.
Hang on. Talk to me.
Talk to you. Talking.
Yeah.
Talk to you. Talk. Yep.
All right, that's better. Okay,
All
so
right.
we'll just do that intro thing again. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very special kind of event. I am Guy from How to Be a Great GM, of course, and I have been asked to play a computer game set in a very strange space. Joining me is Michael from Ask a Pathfinder, and a good mate of his, Tristan. Hello, chaps. Thanks for showing me how to do it.
G'day, Guy.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
This is going to be really fun. As some of you know, me and Guy, we've played lots of RPGs. It's kind of interesting to drag him away from that medium and try something a bit different. So For Honored is a really cool game that me and Tristan have played in the past, set in a kind of a weird mismatched land where three warring factions gather together to test out their steel for glory and honor. The first is obviously a clan of the Japanese with samurais and ninjas. The second are Vikings, big, proud brutes. And of course, the British Crusaders in their big, thick armors and massive steel arms and armory.
Correct.
Now,
It's a bit of a mismatch of history, isn't it? I mean, but it is something that we kind of encounter in role-playing games anyway, don't we? I mean, we often sort of go, well, they're sort of Japanese, they're sort of English, they're sort of Norse, So it's quite a fun matching up, I think, of some of our favourite sort of time periods.
Right. Because, I mean, it's a very romanticized idea behind, some of these cultures and things like that. Tristan, for example, knows quite a lot about the Viking and sort of Gaelic barbarian cultures, don't you, mate?
Oh, they're a bit with all the axe wielding and the shield maidens and stuff.
Because Tristan himself is got his heritage traced all the way back to good old Scotland, and they all know about basically being a giant moving hedge with weapons. So without any more prattling, as some of you guys know, in RPGs and stuff like that, we always go to to like, the combat systems and things like that. And this is really about taking on the role of, sort of exploring like how dynamic combat can really be and what kind of things we can do to help, not only visualize our characters, but to be able to communicate that whilst, obviously running our games. Like to simply say, oh yes, I attack is one thing, but to kind of see how dynamic a game can really get, you really kind of want to see visually how this kind of works. And this is a very great game for some inspiration candy.
Without a doubt, absolutely,
yeah.
without a doubt. All right, so I haven't really played this game very much, so I've chosen mine. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Lots of documentaries out there sort of talking about samurai armor, and I mean, being based in Japan, I've now seen a lot of samurai armor, and I have to say, I'm afraid if I was to be choosing armor to wear for this combat, it would have to be the Crusader Knights plate mail rather than the lamelier of the samurai. But
interesting. See, because for me, I've always been a fan of mobility and dexterity, so I've gone with the ninja. Actually, I've with his Kasurigama, which is the sickle and chain. I've always been very kind of enchanted with that, and
right.
I think it's a good combo. Two Japanese dudes.
Well, it's going to be certainly interesting. It says here you're on par with your enemy. The game is lying. Absolutely lying. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, let's hear from Tristan. Tristan, who do you think has the better chance in this particular battle? Guy with his heavy armored samurai, or myself with the more speedy ninja?
It's all about who gets the first sort of good hit in, and if he lands a few heavy hits on you, you're sunk. Really, you've got no protection. So you've got to rely on your skill to avoid him.
Right, and of course the fact that I don't actually know how to play this game. I mean, you got to use your mouse or something.
You do. So as you can see, Guy is making a lot of very big attacks.
No.
And trying to run valiantly away from me.
While you stab him in the back.
Yeah, you stab me in the back, you little ninja. Wait, I was told to push you. How do I push?
The middle mouse button will push.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, I'm out of stamina. Out of stamina! Oh! Defeat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, if I'm going to be dead honest, I had no idea how I did that. As soon as you went on your knee, my left finger went, get him! So to give Guy a little bit of an advantage here. So basically the way this works is as you hover your mouse around, that'll actually block. What you need to do is you need to press the left control button in order to trigger a combat engagement. So if he presses it, he will then get into a fighting stance and allow him to block either left, right, or above, depending on the type of attack. And then when you left click, as this attack goes through, make a light attack against that angle.
Correct.
Or a heavy attack if you use your right click. It's all about timing, really, more than anything else. Like, if you time it well, you can actually...
Oh, you're on fire.
I'm on fire. Okay, I don't want to be on fire. Okay. If you press spacebar, you can dodge, much as I just did. Apart from that, I don't know anything else. Like, to be... Whoa! Okay. I'm just gonna... Oh!
No! Oh, I even had an execution button, but I was busy looking, going, oh, look at that fire. That fire's going to be doing damage to anyone who goes within 5 feet of it.
That's very true. Actually, that is a good point, though. Positioning in battle is definitely a key component to any good combat.
Absolutely. But you know what I do like about this is that I'm not... I can be sort of role-playing, going, you have destroyed the honor of my family. I will now reclaim that by destroying you. I can be doing the role-playing. Oh, shit. How do you block again? What's that button to block?
You just don't hit anything.
What? No, if I just don't hit anything, you beat the snot out of me. I'm not going to listen to your lies, you ninja.
Yeah, well, no, if you don't hit anything and you just hold your mouse hovering in a particular direction, that's how you block.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if you're in mid-attack, that's where my guy can interrupt you. Now, I'm sure I have a... Oh, wow. Oh, no!
There goes your head.
Oh! Have you... So clearly my character...
You did something cool there. You did something nice there.
I did. So clearly my character failed his acrobatics check. Like, just straight up
Right.
failed it. Right? Big tumble, big flip, big flourish, and then
Missed the target.
flat on his face.
Rewards, no loot found. Well, I clearly failed my perception check there, right? For that. Absolutely. So perhaps one of us should play a barbarian, or what are they? Vikings, aren't they?
Well, if we're gonna play a Viking, I'm gonna hand the controllers over to Tristan on this one.
Okay.
And he can have a go, because I feel like that's only fair given my
Right.
shameful defeat at the truly skilled samurai master.
I do think that I attacked you while you were expelling me, though. So there might be a little element of dishonor there.
A little element of dishonor, but I mean, I'm playing a ninja, so let's be honest here. Oh, hang on, you've left the session? No? Oh, you've joined the session.
Waiting
okay.
for group leader. That's
Yep.
what it
Okay.
says.
So yep, just go straight to launch on that one. Okay, and same arena. You know, kind of keep some of it evened out.
Right. Although I'm still playing. Oh, Tristan, have you changed?
Oh, he hasn't yet. He'll Oh, sorry.
When do you change?
I think you change after. I think you change when you start the match, like as you're about to shoot.
All right.
So you'll need to. Oh, actually,
Oh,
wait. Go back.
Okay, great.
Oh, dear.
Cancel.
Oh no, hang on.
Yep, there we go.
Much
Okay, so you'll
confusion.
need to pick a faction.
Okay, so we're going Vikings now. Having just been to Finland, I can tell you with absolute certainty that Scandinavia definitely does the big beard, the big sort of big, large, hairy, intimidating person. They still do that to this day, which is quite awesome, I think. Certainly, having come from Japan, where beards are strictly no. To go to a Scandinavian country where the beard is pretty much what you have, it was quite refreshing. Okay, so Tristan, talk to us in terms of these barbarians. What are we expecting here?
All right. Well, I've got the old sword and board going in for a bit of protection with the shield and some quick attacks with the sword there. And it looks like you've chosen a nice big heavy axe.
Right.
So nice big slow movements, but if you land a few good hits, it's just gonna tear me to pieces. Really, you're gonna chop through me defenses unless I can avoid you and get you first.
Got you. So of course that shield is going to be your ally here.
Yeah, hopefully I can deflect that axe of you.
Yeah.
That. Luckily your movements are pretty slow,
Yeah.
so it gives me half a chance to get in there.
Oh,
I'm getting bull rushed.
Ah!
I'd like to take the opportunity to point out, while I think the Viking armor looks really, really cool and really, really interesting, I always think to myself, how weird would it be in battle if someone sneezed and they've got that little nose plate just covering, just snot and boogers all over your beard, in your helmet, just resonating like a big echo chamber. Oh, it looks like there's a bit of a quick exchange here.
Into the wall.
Oh!
Groin shot.
down.
Oh,
Seizes
nothing
the
worse than that.
opportunity, takes it straight from him.
Absolutely.
Brute strength has just won the day today.
Yeah, brute strength. But also, I mean, it's a lot of fun, isn't it? A lot of fun. So, these maps are not. Going straight in. Look at that. And then running away. Come back here, you coward.
Oh, that charge attack is getting me again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice heavy bull rush too. Oh, guy with an exchange. Oh, he's tossing things up. He's finding a rhythm.
Down.
Oh, execution. Oh, nope, he
I
let it fall.
tried. I pressed the button, but obviously not enough. You guys are being too kind on me.
No, that's okay. I feel like I'll step up the challenge.
Now you'll actually use the keyboard. Before you were just using the mouse, right?
I was gonna say I'll stop using my feet. We'll go for that.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so now we're going for the good old-fashioned New England, Old England, I suppose. I don't know what the difference is.
13th century, 14th century.
But yeah, got a bunch of very interesting men and women in quite large sets of armor.
Right.
Waiting for you to ready up. And
sorry. I'm one of those players. I'm like, why isn't the game going? Because you've got to press the button, you bint. Oh, right.
Come on, Grandad.
Exactly right. Okay,
Right.
so still it's the same map, and that map, of course, is a lovely. We're going. You can see that I haven't played this game. I haven't unlocked anything. It's like you have the starting heroes, and that's it. Now, surprisingly, I was wearing some of this armor a couple of weekends ago. Well, not the specific armor, of course, this is a bit stylized, but I was amazed by the view that I had. These helmets with these very small eye sockets, I think, tend to not be necessarily as accurate as they could be, because the field of view that I had with the one helmet that I was wearing was quite remarkable. I really felt that I could see everything, and of course, if you think about it, when you think about what this armor was designed for, you really would want to see everything around you, would you? I mean, you wouldn't want to put this on so you can't see what's coming at you.
So. I mean, if I look at the one that you've got, the visor looks really good. It looks solid. It looks like it provides some semblance of vision. Mine looks like, I've got like a bunch of tiny little holes in the top of my my armor, and I'll come forward a bit so you can have a look.
I promise I won't attack. But you know what? Drinking is going to be a major issue for you with that great big metal prong sticking up in the front of your face.
Oh, absolutely.
Just need a long straw.
Absolutely.
Yeah, straw.
I get it. It looks very intimidating, and I'd sure think twice about going up against someone who looked like this.
Oh, absolutely.
But all I can think of is even if you didn't, right? Like, let's say you just got a bucket of water and threw it on him.
Yeah,
how annoying. Yeah, it's pretty much it. It just annoy the hell out of them. All right.
So,
all right.
All right, we're ready to fight. You've got a halberd. I've got a two-hander. Your halberd, I think, is going to win, especially against armor as well. Now, oh,
Crushing down on you.
yeah.
Ooh, fighting back.
Oh!
Down.
Oh, down! Wham! Just like that. Oh.
Yeah, actually, fun fact. More often than not, one of the most reasons that I see people at my D&D games use weapons as an improvised weapon is to do that kind of pommel strike. Have you noticed that as well?
Yeah. Especially in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, that pommel strike is it's the business. People really, really like using it because it gives them an extra attack, right? And it doesn't do huge amounts of damage. Oops. Stop that. Oh! Get him up against a wall and then just beat the snot out of him. Now, that is something that they don't do. I don't think they do it in Pathfinder or in Dungeons and Dragons, actually, is when you've got your back up against a wall, yes, it protects you from being attacked behind, but it takes away your dexterity, doesn't it? Because you can't really move anywhere. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously there's like bull rushing and stuff like that, I guess, but
You don't want to open yourself up to attacks opportunity. There's a problem with this.
I got destroyed on that one.
Smashed.
An exact case in point, like getting stuck in that kind of little crevice. Especially with something as big as a halberd,
yes.
I was just not able to swing. I don't know if you guys could see it. I mean, hopefully when we watch it later on, I'm not making this up to say that I suck.
You were just standing there looking like a twit.
Yeah, as I swung my halberd, because it's so long, it's actually clipping against the scenery and stuff like that. And obviously, when you're looking at any kind of RPG, you're looking at something that is 360-degree vision. You're looking at something where they don't consider the arcs of swings and stuff. But obstacles play a really, really big part. And when you roll to attack and you say miss, one thing you might want to consider as you're describing your scenario is to have your weapon or your blade accidentally strike a piece of scenery. And, maybe that's why it missed rather than,
Right, absolutely.
you just missed.
Yeah, rather than just missing a target.
The other trick is that you've got to make sure that the system doesn't become encumbered by being too tactical, because you want the game to flow, right? But at the same time, yes, as you're saying, Michael, it makes so much sense to, instead of saying, well, you miss, it's as you swing, your halberd gets locked up in the stone walls, sparking as it slides across the masonry, but it fails to, so you can really push that.
There's a really good visual element to the action that's happening.
Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so Tristan, who are you calling now? The ninja with... no, you're not a ninja. What are you?
This is like a ninja Viking.
A ninja Viking. Oh my god, I can't think of anything more terrifying, actually.
Specifically, these things were berserkers. Now, another fun fact from... this is kind of an old throwback to 3.5. Berserkers and barbarians were slightly different. You had the barbarian who would rage, and their rages gave them the basic bonuses and stuff like that. But what you could also do in the earlier edition of Dungeons & Dragons is you could take a prestige class called the Frenzied Berserker. Do you remember this one, guy?
The Frenzied Berserker. Oh!
Ow.
Oh, he's got you in that corner.
The death corner.
The death! Oh,
Oh my
moves
God.
to the
Concussion.
face! Oh, God!
Oh, that was
It's
brutal.
so
I
visceral.
feel like you weren't the berserker in that one.
No, I was trying to roll out of the way, but it just couldn't get past that juggernaut.
Couldn't get past that thing. No, that's horrid. Okay, so sorry, Michael, you were talking about the, the Furious
The
Berserker.
Frenzied Berserker. So it was a prestige class that basically almost doubled the effectiveness of, say, a barbarian. The difference is that you would be unable to discern friend from foe, and you flew into this insane rage, and basically just chopped everything until the duration of your rage ended. Ooh. Well, I like this. Switching the hands as he noticed he was moving him around.
Oh, you fast, little girl. But you die like the rest.
Oh! Man, guy is on a streak, hey.
I really am. It's probably my computer that's kind of going, okay, we're recording now. We've got to make him look good.
Yeah, right? This is his channel. We can't have him shown up.
Yeah, considering that I barely made it through the tutorials. Barely. As in, I think I failed like 3 times. Yes, this is pure luck. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, beginner's luck. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right. I'm gonna bust out my okay, so I think especially in combat. Now, the reason why I wanted to have this particular conversation with Guy was because next month in October, Pathfinder is releasing the martial arts manual, which is one of the companions where they go into like all the different martial arts styles that are available in Pathfinder.
This is now for Pathfinder 2 or for Pathfinder 1?
Still Pathfinder 1.
So they're still releasing material for Pathfinder 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That'll be till next year, because at the moment it's still just the playtest. Like, they're not...
I thought it was coming out this year. Okay.
No. It's coming out next year. It's coming out sometime next year.
Okay. Sorry, so you were saying, they're releasing this martial arts.
Yeah, so I mean, having this kind of thing where you get to see the different fighting styles and how very dynamic combat can actually be, I think is just a great thing to look at. Like, yes, your character uses a longsword, but do you have a double-handed grip? Do you use an over-the-shoulder stance? Do you have a lower stance? Do you have maybe your weapon has a unique feature to it, like perhaps it's got a flange on it in the middle, which you can potentially use.
Right. Now, interesting enough, your weapon that you're using there, I don't know the name of it, but...
Naginata.
Is that a Naginata? I didn't realize that it had those 4 tines on it. Now, those tines, I stand to be corrected, but they've got similar weapons which the police used to use, and those tines were very specific to capture the coat of individuals, because the Japanese had very very fabric-heavy garments. They often designed weapons specifically to get on fire. Specifically to capture the coats of their targets. And it was a case of, well, if you take your clothes off, you can escape. But if you leave your clothes on, you get stuck up in these tines, which I thought was quite interesting. It makes the weapon look savage, but they don't actually have much damage.
Oh, it does. And the other thing that I think they used those little tongs for in certain martial arts is it used to be what was called a sword breaker. And what you could do with that is you could potentially use your weapon to snap a blade if caught on the right angle.
It's similar to how the Sai works. The grappling of the weapon.
Just die, you horrid little knife wielder! No!
Not this time.
Streak broken. I died.
Oh, no, not yet. Is that the first time he's been killed for a while? I feel like it is. Okay, that's it. Okay, final round. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna knock the king off.
You got this. You got this. You. I still want to understand how you are going to penetrate my plate armor with that little spike of yours, but sure. What's this adopting crane stance?
Or keeping it at range.
Yeah.
It's a good example of a bit of extra reach.
I've got you in the corner now. Oh! Stop that! That's nasty.
Poke.
Oh! No!
Oh!
Oh! Nicely done!
Oh, we died!
We both died!
We both died! I think I might have killed you a millisecond before you did. Oh no!
No, I got the victory.
Oh no! How?
Unbeaten.
All right. Do we have time for one more?
I think we've got time for one more. I don't know about you guys.
All right. Let's do one last one. Okay, Tristan. It's up to you.
Oh dear.
All right. You're my best friend. Okay. Okay, Australian pride, okay? You can't let this go down like this, okay? Right. I believe in you. I'm going to give you a sensual shiatsu back massage.
Yeah, that's what they call it, shiatsu back massage. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what a shiatsu anything is. I honestly, if someone asked me, I'd say
it's a type of dog. It's a shiatsu. It's a dog.
Yeah.
It's a type of dog. I'm sure it's a type of dog.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Reynolds. I mean...
What? Ryan Reynolds. Okay, so let's just go. I'm just going to go with my favorite one because...
Okay. All right, we need to think this through. All right.
Strategies.
Okay.
Strategy.
I reckon.
Talk about the strategy.
By the way, I apologize to the audience. You can't see what we're deliberating, but I feel like Guy is going point at this guy.
Yeah.
Therefore, you need to be able to counter that.
Okay.
I think maybe point at this dude.
Yeah.
Or point at this dude. Might work.
I do like the look of this guy.
All right.
Are you
give him a go.
Sexist, Michael? Because I only heard you pointing at dudes. I know there's a couple of female classes in there, or is that a clue?
No, there are a couple of female ones. I know there's a female for one of each of the clans. The one I was playing earlier on with the pole arm was a female.
Yeah, and the Zweihander Crusader is a female as well. Oh, a dual-wielding samurai. Oh, I like that. I like that. Super cool.
By the way, for those of you in the audience who may not be looking at mine, I totally called that was the one that Guy was going to use.
Know your enemy.
Look, you had a 1 in 3 chance because I haven't unlocked any of the other ones.
It's a 1 in 3 chance. But I was like, oh, he's not going to do it. He's not going to risk it.
Oh, very nice.
All right.
Okay, hang on. Now, what are these bloody controls again? Okay.
Now, the one thing I'd really like to see implemented in some way is the idea of dodge. Okay. Like the idea that Yeah, I mean, like, dodge is always a numerical value. It's a stat that's basically representative to a minor AC bonus and stuff. At least in Pathfinder, there is a one class called the Swashbuckler, who has the ability to basically, as a reaction to an attack, move slightly away and add their charisma bonus, because they're a Swashbuckler, why not, to their AC.
Oh, no, get in there.
This is not working. Oh, just knock him on the ground. Yeah. In the spine. Oh, that was close. That was close.
So
I was
close.
trying to
Man.
block. You were so quick. I was like, block left. No, he's attacking right. Block right. No, he's attacking left. That was really cool.
It was. And that's another thing as well, like the dual weapon wielding.
Yes.
A lot of people are under the mistaken impression that those are to katana.
Okay. I was
That
one of those
is actually
people.
not the case. The two weapons that the gentleman is using is actually a wakizashi.
Right.
Slightly shorter, providing a better defense because of the leverage you can actually get on the weapon. But at the same time, allowing the same kind of heavy blow than the smaller blade that comes with the samurai set, which is the tanto. Yep, because you run out of stamina.
Come back here, you little whelp. I'll cut you in half.
Ooh.
Oh, you little... God, got you in the back. Yes, you deserve running around that
We gave it a
cauldron.
valid shot.
You did
Dirty
indeed.
tactics didn't work.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Because, and I will tell you this now, like, I actually did use a dirty tactic on Guy, and I will say this proudly. The chick that had the polearm, she actually has a poison attack.
Oh.
That's why my weapon glowed purple every once in a while.
What? What?
So yeah, I didn't end up. Sad to say, me and Tristan did not end up beating Guy. Nope.
Shameful defeat.
Guy is the undisputed champion.
Yeah, until I go onto the actual servers and then I play against people who are not being nice to me. And,
Yes, that's right. We were being nice to him. You've got it on record. That's exactly what happened.
all right, gents, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I certainly enjoyed it.
Oh, heaps of fun.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. Thanks again, Guy.
Absolutely, and thanks to you for tuning in and watching. If you want to see more of these kinds of playthroughs where we basically choose random computer games and beat the snot out of each other whilst talking and discussing, leave the like below, leave your subscribe if you really want to see more of these things. And until next time, I wish you and yours the very happiest of, playing.